Hey Junkies, my name is Bob, and I am coming to you with a new review of the Spider-Man Far From Home Spider-Man. In some ways, we could call this the version of Spider-Man Noir. It's Marvel and Sony's way of giving us a black costume without giving us a black costume. You could also call this the Night Monkey, which I'm surprised they didn't. So let's look at the back of the package here just in case. It says Peter Parker gears up for an upgraded suit to take on new challenges and new enemies. Really, Peter Parker is just trying to keep his identity secret from his classmates because he was with his classmates at the Washington Monument and now that Spider-Man showed up. He can't be in Europe and Spider-Man show up again. So this suit is designed by the seamstress. That was her name in the film. And this is his way of trying to hide his identity. But if you've seen the film, beware. He may go by the title Night Monkey. So, let's get to the figure. Now, we do have a Build-A-Figure Molten Man piece. As you can see, it looks like an arm. I'm not really sure. On the back of the package here, it says number 2. Yeah, it's this big, elongated arm. So, now, I'm trying not to spoil anything, but I did see the film already, but this review will live on YouTube, and I'll try to get this one up a little bit later, up on our page. So, oh, we've got pieces falling out. So, we do have, and I've been commenting on this, we do have the Spider-Man logo here, which is nice, appropriate for the figure. Let's get him out of the plastic coffin. Ow, this arm. So, the arm is enormous. We've got some sort of piece here. So let's get rid of that. Wow. This is like Galactus level. I'm not really sure where this is supposed to go. So let's hold this up here. As you can see, this is a monster arm. And this arm is approximately 7.5 inches in length. So it is a beast of an arm. Yeah, look at that. So if you can make a character this big, Marvel, and Hasbro, why can't we get a little bit more of the bigger characters in this size? But maybe this is their test. So I'm guessing he's supposed to be holding this, from what I can tell from the package. But as I've said in my other reviews, we will have a separate review. Yep, there we go. We'll have a separate review of Molten Man down the road. It'll be its own standalone things. But let's get to Spidey. So I will hold up the chest piece here, and as you can see, this thing is going to be gigantic. As an elemental, Molten Man is big. So, here we got Spidey in his, I guess we could call this his shield garb, too. So let's remove this. Now, I'm surprised that Spidey actually came with multiple heads, 2 heads at least. Came with 2 heads, came with 2 sets of hands. So let's get those out of there. And no Peter Parker head. It seems as if they just purposely want us to have one thing to talk about when it comes to these figures, is that we don't get the Tom Holland head. Would you sacrifice hands for an extra head of Tom Holland? I would. I think we could have 2 web-slinging hands and I'd be fine with a Tom Holland head. So it'll be interesting to see, especially because we have this little, sorry, some tape on my hand. We have this little piece here. Like, this is clever. This is clever, but it doesn't go down. So it's still, it's just waiting to be broken. Yeah, not really a thrill. Why couldn't they have just put this inside and make the lever flip up? Yeah, so I'm not really loving this. The texture's nice. It does feel like it's a ski mask kind of deal. So we'll change the head out, see how it goes. Get Spidey out of there. Now, Hasbro is making this into a, oh, it's almost like a drunk Spider-Man. Look at this. It's not a great packaging. Really, yeah. So I'm sorry. Hasbro is making a $9.99 version of this Spider-Man that you can get for the kids. It doesn't have as much articulation, but I still think it looks pretty cool. So this costume actually makes it look like Spidey's wearing more tactical gear, armor, if you will, than it does in the movie. So, and the Spider-Man logo was actually on the $9.99 figure, but it's not here because that's not in the movie. So this is a little bit more I don't know if it's more screen accurate because it's kind of hard to make out all of Tom Holland's armor stuff in the film, but I think it has the right look for Spidey. So let's do an instant pose here. I like doing my instant pose. And boom, wow, that didn't take much, did it? So as we zoom in, it's a solid figure. See, he does have the gloves like this, so they've gone to that extra length of detail, and it still has Spidey's eyes, which I think is kind of cool. They went so far as to give him that extra Spider-Man mask, so that's neat. I like that. So let's zoom back out here, and let's change the head out here. So change the head out. He does do a lot of talking in the film with this flipped up to different characters. So let's change the hands out too. They are very tight, but then again, this is the first time that this is being accomplished here with this particular figure. I'm gonna bring close. Yeah, it's a solid figure. The posability is great. We've got the extra joint here so we can bring the arms in. Sorry. So we can bring the arms inward and give him more of that web shooting kind of look. I'm just not a big fan of seeing the eyes here. I don't think it's necessary. I'd rather have a second head. So I'm saying that a head with the helmet, with the mask off. I do like the belt though. We do have the nice little tactical belt here. The boots are cool, and they're more like shoes than boots, but it's very interesting armor. You can see a lot more of it here on the figure than you could in the film. So I'm going to change the head back out. But this piece here, I will say, this does have a lot of give to it, so it's not going to just snap right off. All right, so let's do pose here with Spidey. And let's bring in the bad boy of the summer. Well, at least one of them. Give you a better sense of what we're dealing with here character-wise. So there it is. There they are side by side, Mysterio and Spider-Man, sort of in disguise, or the Night Monkey, if you will. Both good figures, both very solid figures. Great for kids to play with, or adults to pose. A lot of posability on both. Mysterio is a very cool figure, but let's Spider-Man is you can tell it's a kid. See, here's an adult, and then if we bring in, it's kind of funny, if we bring in Captain Marvel, she's taller than Spider-Man because she's an adult. So, just a little bit, not too much. But then again, we bring in my current favorite, Beta Ray Bill. You can really see the height difference here between the three figures. So, very straightforward. We do have some nice shading and layers. We've got some shinier parts here in Spidey than we do in some of the other black, which is just flat. But I think the big point of contention here, it's going to be that way too with a lot of fans, is that we don't get a Tom Holland head. We just get this extra head. So that's it, junkies. Real quick review there of Spider-Man. I wanted to like this figure a lot more. It's just an all-black Spider-Man. I think it's going to be great for kit bashing or making a different kind of figure that you want. Maybe even like a No Man's Land like Daredevil, or I'm sorry, Shadowlands Daredevil. So not too much to go on here with Spider-Man. He actually kind of disappears in all of this color, so we bring him back, and there he is. Thank you for tuning in, junkies. Be sure to check out our entire wave review of Spider-Man Far From Home figures. Thank you.